Oh, hello. Alright, so I'm kind of mucking about the last few days and just kind of making like Resident Evil inspired places. Building and all that isn't really my strong point. I've never been good at building in The Sims. I was that person that would make a big square and like that would be a house. So I'm just slowly kind of doing it. Anyway, so this is... I haven't finished. I'm still like in the middle of changing stuff. But this is going to be a simple, toned down, inspired RPD. It's not going to be like exactly anywhere near it, but it's just kind of inspired. I did not build it because, like I said, I'm not good at building. I just looked on the gallery and found something within the size, and that looked kind of easy to change. This here, I'll have to show this next. Now this is like a proper RPD and I'll have to show you it, but that's just a museum, because they've obviously used a lot of this person here, I'll show it, have used a lot of like cheats and stuff, so it doesn't really look livable, whereas I just wanted somewhere that's livable. This isn't the final colour for outside, that will still get changed, but so far what I've done is, you know, the flags that are outside, this is meant to be a little, you know, like the little herb that's in there. I'm gonna change the flooring because I don't like the colour. It's so, one thing that can be so annoying about The Sims is you'll find like a pattern or something that you like, but it's not in the colour. But yeah, so this is the main hall, and obviously it's nowhere near as grand as it actually is in the game because I could not build that. But we've just got little nods to the RPD. Really, this room is nothing like it, but this is the only little nod to it. And I tried to make the desk as cluttered, because if you look on it, it's pretty cluttered. And there's a wee saving typewriter. And yeah, this is the hallway, and this is just an office for the police to work in, like the officers. Yeah, this one is more based on the one, to be honest, it's not really, I think this is, I just was like, just shove a bunch of desks in here and try and make it look police-like. It's kind of based on the one that's downstairs because that's meant to be the safe. There isn't really anything like that, but I just decided to keep it. They had a bunch of these in this room, and I just decided just to kind of keep one. I guess just as well because people are going to live here, so it's kind of like a logic skill for them to do. But this is just meant to be like, yeah, a little office. For a few police officers to work in. A little nod to The Sims. And through here, oh, this is supposed to kind of be like the STARS office. So there's like some big computer thing that's supposed to be like around here, but there isn't really anything like that on what I've got. So I just left this here. This was here originally, and yeah, there's the guitar. I actually think, I'll have to double check, but I think it's actually like an electric guitar or something like that, so I might change the guitar. They don't have a leather jacket hanging up, so that's a wee nod to it. Again, I don't have much items, I'm not very good at this type of stuff, so it's more wee nods to stuff than actually being it. And I kind of tried to make it cluttered, you know, with stuff around, because again, the STARS office is like cluttered with stuff. So that was really And they've got their wee computers. I gave the stars team the best computers because just to kind of make them stand out, you know, from the officers here that kind of have the older computers, you know, since the stars are meant to be kind of more elite, you know, the best. So I gave them, and then of course we've got a wee nod to Resident Evil with the typewriter, the save icon. And then this is supposed to be Wesker's office. Put a little star there. This is more kind of from the remake, because originally his office, he's in here, but this was how it was built, and I just decided to keep it. And I just thought, oh, then this part can be more of the remake, but still with a little nod to the original, you know, with the trophies that you see in the original. Just trying to make it a wee bit cluttered. There wasn't really much on Wesker's desk from what I remember, so we just got the simple stuff, and it's the wee nod, a wee red herb, the colour of the pot, because it was like a silver or something like that. And the money bag here, so in my view it's meant to be hidden. That's kind of the closest I could get it in there, but this is a wee nod to him being corrupt. That's why that's there. It's a little wink wink. Yeah, that's actually, I need to change his computer because he's supposed to have a fancy computer as well. And then we just got the basics through here. Shower room. Got little funny little police calendars, which I thought was quite funny. And then through here, this was already here, and I just decided to keep it. It just got a little police feel, little police nod to it, so I just decided just to keep it. And then through here, now this is going to change. I've still not done this part yet. I've just done these rooms here. So this is meant to be like, you know, where the police are watching the interview. They've got their coffee, they've got their files. Now the reason I added this is because you can get cups on it, and I was hoping maybe I could move a cup here and there just to kind of make it a little more cluttered. Yeah, and then through here, this is the interrogation room. I didn't really change much about these, just really the colour. This is all going to kind of get knocked down or just kind of made into a long room. I'm not changing anything to do with like the building, because I'm just I can't, I'm not good at it. This is really the first time I'm like trying to do this type of stuff, but yeah, this is going to just get changed into, knock all this down, just have it one long room, and it's just going to be the like the press room. I'm going to try and see if I can do that, even though it's more longer than square. But the stairs here, this will get changed because it's a cool color, but it's just not what I'm looking for. So yeah, but it'll probably just stay like this. I'll probably keep this, probably, even though that's not there. I'll just keep it anyway. So downstairs isn't finished yet either. That's still doing that. I'll come back to that in a minute. And then you come upstairs, and this is supposed to be like the what's it? The chief's waiting room, like the reception area. This is the person's desk. You know, it's got 2 chairs, magazine rack. And then this is like the little save box that's in the room. It's a wee nod to it. There's the typewriter that you can save on. And then this is the chief's office. This is the one I kind of was like, ugh, because there's not really stuffed animals and all that. And taxidermy, there's not really much taxidermy on The Sims. So again, this is all just nods to it. We're going to imagine that's a taxidermy. We're going to imagine that's a taxidermy. And then this stuff is here just really to kind of show his, again, it looks like shite, I know, but I'm not great at designing. But it's really just to kind of show his expensive taste, you know. Big gold bars should hopefully do it. And yeah, he's got like a bunch of pictures and all that, and that's kind of what this is meant to show, the pictures. And then he's got a couple of awards on the table, and this and this and this and this we're just going to imagine is taxidermy. But there's literally nothing, and again, this is just to show we're going to imagine this is some grand, expensive item. I might look and see if there's kind of anything else. This is meant to be the little table that's there. I think there's only one set of cards, but I'm just gonna imagine it's like people sitting and they're having a nice little drink and playing cards and being creepy. This is just his desk, but it's just kind of to show his, we're just gonna imagine it's a expensive statue, and it's to show his grand taste. And again, we've got the little money bag just to give a wee wink wink that, you know, he's in Umbrella's pockets. And this is the secret door. Now again, this is not going to be like the game, because, you know, obviously you go downstairs in an elevator. I'm not doing all that. Like I said, I'm not changing the building type. This is just, I found a basic police building and I'm just changing the rooms to kinda look like it. Not really look like it, but kinda. But this is the secret door. And then we go through here and we've got that creepy corridor. Dee 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 dee. And then here's the creepy door that leads to the creepy room. And yeah, this is supposed to be the torture room, which is really difficult to do a torture room in The Sims as well, because there's not many torture items. But you know, this is kind of a creepy looking shelf. It looks like it's got, you know, like chemicals. This is like what I imagine him on the map trying to hunt his latest victims. And there's some rope. And yeah, this is like my torture thing. I add if it's a torture room. I don't actually know what it is, but it looks creepy, so any torture room I add this, and that's a sign it's a torture room. And then he does have like a little sink in this room, and this, so there's this like brick thing, and it looks more like a brick oven, but there isn't really a brick oven. So I was like, oh, do I just put a cooker or do I put a fireplace? But I think because it's mainly for burning stuff, I decided to just go with the fireplace, a brick fireplace. So it's got the burning and the brickness. And oh yeah, and I'll also usually have a bat if it's a torture room, because it's really the only weapon that you can find. Yeah, he kind of has like, he has something up on the wall, like a big massive axe, so, and knives, so that's kind of a little reference to that. He also has a bloody apron on the wall, but I cannot do that obviously, so this next best thing, like 2 barrels or something, I couldn't put them here where they're meant to be for some reason, so they're here. And the skeleton is just to add a creep factor. This is just to add a creep factor. And these are usually my torture items that I have, again, to kind of, because we don't really have torture items. So this is like a lab chemical thing, the knives, the tools, medical stuff. That, even though it's like meant to be drinks, I don't know, it looks creepy to me. So, and you don't have like a really big table in The Sims, which is annoying, at least not on the one I've got, so I've just shoved 2 tables together, and that's another torture item. Dun dun dun. And I have put a bed in here just because people are going to live in here, so this is going to be like a bedroom, probably for the chief at the very least. So yeah, that's the upstairs. Creepy. Which this game doing this kind of made me realise, like, if Raccoon City and all that was real, can you imagine there's like genuine work going on? Like they're doing real investigation, the police, and they're doing their thing, and they're, you know, doing police work, and then, well, technically in the thingy it's downstairs, but in this version we'll just say it's here. Well, either way, he's got his own little creepy room, and the chief is just like doing horrible crimes while the officers of the station are trying to do work. It's just mental to think about. But yeah, downstairs, so I added this, and it really is only here because there's not really many places I can add stairs to. And again, I'm not changing the layout. I'm just like, ugh, my attitude right now for this, it's more that'll do, and it's just kind of getting used to it, building and all that. So downstairs isn't finished yet. Oh, excuse me, clear my throat. Yeah, so downstairs isn't finished yet. What I've done so far is get in, and then we've got 2 jails, but I'm only going to have 1 prisoner, and that'll be Ben living here. These are kind of a little nod to the herbs that are in the other cell, so that's what there is. This stuff is just added because, well, people are going to live here. Ben, this will be Ben's area, so he does need something to do. I put this in here because it could be a little herb reference, but yeah, these weren't originally in here, and then afterwards I was like, ugh, I need to give the, you know, Ben something to do, and this kind of was added. A little bookshelf, and this is supposed to be like a little guard area. This is his desk, you know, to sit and watch and do police work as well. A little phone, and this here is going to be like the shower wash area. Tried to keep it kind of simple for it being like for prisoners. And the reason this door is like, it's got windows, not because the officer is a creep, but it's because it's meant to be, oh, we need to keep an eye on you, see what you're doing, make sure you're not, I don't know, trying to make a weapon in there. So it's so the prisoners can still be watched. And same with the kitchen area, prisoners can still be watched. And yeah, just tried to make a basic little area for them, little fridge, dining place for them to sit, counters for them to cook, and I've just realised now I've not put a oven in, so I'll probably get rid of this one. Yeah, because I've just noticed now, oh wait a minute, there's nowhere for them to cook. I didn't think of that. And I just added this because all the Sims seem to hate the fruitcake, so I was like, right, let's put that there. It's like Minion, it's like a little nod to like Minion prisoner food. And I think that will be it for the little prison area. And then what I need to do now is for the rest of this space, which I probably can pull back. I don't think I'm going to need this much. I do need room for bedrooms. I didn't want to add that all up here. I wanted to keep it kind of, you know, as looking like as I could. So this is going to be like the living quarters for the police. So I need to make a bedroom for there needs to be a bedroom for Wesker, a bedroom for Chris. So I can only have 8 people, and I'm thinking the 8 people I'm gonna do is Chief Irons, potentially maybe the mayor's daughter, Wesker, Chris and Jill, Ben, and that leaves me with 2 more. So I think I'll just do 2 like random police officers. So this will be the chief slash or the mayor's daughter's room, and then this will be Ben's room, and then yeah, I'll need to do a room for Wesker. I think I might just make Jill and Chris a couple in this. I'll make them married so they can share a bedroom, because that will help me out. So Wesker's bedroom for down here, 1 bedroom for Chris and Jill. Who else? Oh, the 2 random police officers potentially. We'll do maybe 2 police officers. Or I could just do 1 police officer and another prisoner. Okay, I'm not too sure about that yet. But definitely Wesker, Chris, Jill, and a police officer. So 3 to 4 bedrooms I need to do down here. And then I also want to do, I need to do a bathroom for them, which I could just maybe give them en suites, because I think this should be enough space for all that. And then what else do they need? They need a bathroom, and then we'll need a kitchen, because again this is just for the prisoners, these ones. So we'll have to do a separate room. I think this should be plenty of space for all that. But yeah, so that's what I've got left to do. This area, and I need to change this area. This is no longer going to be the jail. And I'm going to change this. And I'm going to change the outside. Like, again, I'm not knocking anything down or anything. I'm just probably going to make, I don't know, maybe the wallpaper a bit darker or something. And it just looked, no, it didn't look like the RPD at all. So this is more, I just was like, I need it dark straight away, just so I know what I'm doing. But I'll probably change it. But this, my main thing right now will be bedrooms. I'm going to do bedrooms first and this downstairs area before I try and oh, I need to delete some of those lights before I start messing about with this. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think my favourite room is just these rooms, the police area. I like the Stars office, I like Wesker's, and I like this little police area. Hopefully you can hear me over the music. The music's so loud in The Sims, but then my microphone is very loud, so a bit too loud as well. But yeah, it's kind of been fun going and looking at Resident Evil pictures for reference. I've done a few other buildings I'll have to show. I've done kind of like an not an RPD, a Code Veronica prison area, and something else, but my mind's gone blank. Oh, like the doctor area. I'll show those another time, but yeah, I'm just kind of recording my progress so far and what it looks like just now, and see how different it's going to look. Well, not how different, because I'm only adding stuff, so it's not going to look stuff. I'm only adding stuff, so it's not going to look too different, but just as I'm reaching the finish. Here we go. Right. Oh, I need to move that as well. Alright, I'm going to carry on and play The Sims for a little bit.